Buddy, how you doing today? Welcome to the channel. My name is Luben. If you are new, subscribe. Don't forget to turn on. In fact, don't worry, don't subscribe. No, don't subscribe. If you subscribe, then I'll believe you didn't watch the video. Don't worry. When you finish watching the video, you can subscribe. So now in this video, what I want to talk about is habits. About 4 habits that actually triggers menstrual pain or causes menstrual pain to be severe in some women. Now, there are some women who, even at the age of puberty, when their puberty started, right, they didn't actually feel they were not having pains in terms of menstrual pain. Let's go into the video. So now, first things first, before I get into this habit, I will emulate about 4 habits that could make menstrual pain to become severe or high in some women, in some females. Now, before I get into that, I also want to mention this. There are some women who, during puberty, when they see their first period, it happens that they might not even experience the menstrual pain to a higher degree, right? And then in some women, the menstrual pain comes later in their 20s or maybe in their 25, 20, 21 to 27, and then in their 30s, the pain reduces. While in some women, they don't even have the menstrual pain until they reach their 30s. You could have body physiological variations like that. But the main thing is, if you are a young lady, if you are a lady out there experiencing severe menstrual pain, there could be reasons, there could be habits that could actually make it to actually lead to why you are having those severe menstrual cramps. Now, notice that these menstrual cramps are normal for you to have. Menstrual pain is not you shouldn't see it like it's something maybe your body is not fine or whatever. It's a normal thing. It's a normal evolutionary or natural thing to occur in a woman whenever she sees or whenever after ovulation occurs. I've done a video on ovulation and how fertilization. You can check that out. I'll leave it in the description below. So now the first habit is eating too much sugar before you see your period. Now, the way menstrual period comes is this. If the ovary releases an egg, right, and over time, maybe a particular number of days that it was supposed to be fertilized, there was no egg. There was no sperm that could fertilize this particular egg. What happened is the egg transports itself to the uterus, and after some time, it will degenerate. Now, this degeneration, what happened is the washing away of that particular egg out of that uterus. Now, the uterus contains an inner surface of the uterus is known as the endometrium. And this endometrium consists of 3 parts. We have the compact layer, the spongy layer, and the basal layer. The basal layer is the innermost. That's the one that can regenerate into the other layers of the inner portion of the uterus. Meanwhile, you have the spongy and the compact. So the spongy layer is the one that is in contact with the inner wall. Let's say the lumen of the uterus, right? And then you have the compact, which is between the spongy layer and the basal layer. So the washing away basically has to do with the spongy layer, and the compact layer is normally washed away. The body has a way, a process, a pathway where that particular process occurs. So the egg alongside the basal layer, not the basal layer, the compact layer and the spongy layer is being washed out of the uterus, and this comes out with the menstrual flow. Now, because the basal layer is exposed to the capillaries, now remember capillaries, there is blood, within the capillaries. And because the basal layer is exposed to this layer, sometimes blood also flows through that washing away, and then it comes out with blood. So it's not that the egg itself is not the blood. It is the washing away of that particular portion of the endometrium that comes out with blood. And if this happens, the uterus normally when God created it, let me use that way, it cannot feel pain on its own. So what happens is it will refer that pain to areas that are close to the uterus. Let's say the pelvic area and sometimes the waist region. Just basically areas that could tell you that there is something happening within your uterus, and that is what it is. So eating too much sugar before your period, what happens is it will kind of produce a lot of glucose, or let's say glucose residue, and because of that it will cause a lot of blood to pump through that particular capillaries. Now, when this occurs over some time, or when it occurs spontaneously, the pain increases. So what you have to do is you have to watch out your sugar level. Whenever you are approaching your period, whenever you are approaching the time you see your period, you have to cut down your sugar level. That's the first habit. And the second one is lack of exercise. A sedimentary lifestyle can also have an effect on menstrual pain. Women who are sedentary in lifestyle, their lifestyle is sedentary, they kind of sit down one place a lot. For young women, not older women, the pain tends to increase a lot, and it tends to be much more severe in them compared to the ones who are active, the ones who are doing, one or two things in a day. So you also have to watch that. It does not mean you have to be working 247 like you are a gymnastic. What therefore means is you just have to be active and do an exercise, twice or 3 times, 4 times in a week. That will help a lot. The third one is beverages. Beverages also has to do with the sugar, but then this beverage has to do with, let's say, alcohol, taking too much of alcohol or carbonated drinks before your period. This could also cause some severe pain in terms of menstrual pain to increase. And some women also, maybe they don't have any guidance in terms of there's nobody there to tell them, so you need to avoid these particular things and this and this. So because of that, they don't even know that, okay, these things are causing or are the kind of habits that is leading them to have these menstrual cramps. And then the fourth one, which is not last, there could still be other habits, not just this one, but these are the 4 basic I want to give her. Now this other one is whether your eating habit. So women are very fond of eating late. Not even women. We just live in the particular world where most people are fond of eating late. So for the women, the effect is it could also affect your menstrual cycle. If you are that type of lady that eats late in the night, and not even when you are eating late in the night, you are eating food that is so congested, you are eating heavy food late at night, you are not just endangering your whole metabolism of the body, you're also giving your uterus, because now the uterus is located just under, you have the abdomen and then the pelvic region. So the uterus is just below where you have the intestine and the abdomen, like it's just on top of it. The only thing that demarcates them is the pelvic diaphragm, because the pelvic diaphragm demarcates the abdomen and the pelvis. So too much weight on the intestine and the stomach can also cause the uterus to kind of shrink. And normally, like I said before, because the uterus cannot feel pain on its own, it will refer that pain to areas of the body which are close to the uterus, or maybe which developed alongside the uterus during embryonic development. So these are habits that you need to watch at. And then there could also be some women, genetically, there is always something that has to do with genetics. Because if you check, some people have the history. In some families, regardless of the fact that they are not having this habit, they don't follow alongside this habit, they don't drink sugar, they don't take all of these things, but they still experience this severe. I'm not talking about mild menstrual pain. Severe menstrual pain is different from mild. If you're having a mild one, well, it's normal for you to have it. You don't have to beat yourself to it. And then we have ones that are having it severely. So those ones, it could be genetic wise, it could be their genetic makeup. There's a particular gene that they inherited from their past parents that could actually cause them to have severe menstrual pain. These ones can be managed possibly by a physician or a consultant. So if you've avoided these habits I've mentioned, you avoided all of them, but it's still not working, then you can meet your doctor, talk to your physician, and he will know exactly what to do in order to reduce that severe pain. Because some of these things could be health wise. And also inflammation or the pelvic ligament can also cause pain. So sometimes you could be having a menstrual pain that is very severe, but you might not really understand that maybe there is a part of your body that is having a problem. It could be acute or chronic. So some of these can also result to you having severe menstrual pain. But in a nutshell, what we are saying is, if you've avoided all these habits, yet the pain is severe, you can meet your doctor or physician, and then he will know exactly what to do. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe. Also, I'll make another video on the type of the remedies, home remedies you can do to reduce severe menstrual pain. That's if it is not, you don't have the underlying medical condition. Some of the habits or some of the remedies you can do, or things you can do to actually alleviate that pain whenever it's severe. Thank you for watching. My name is Luben. Subscribe and